Good morning, everyone. It's Karen Whooley, and I am so excited you're here for the Team Whooleygan live chat. It's November 10th, and this month is going fast. I mean, Thanksgiving is what, 2 weeks away, 2 weeks from tomorrow, for those of you who are in the US anyway. Before we get started, I want to go through um, my normal opening credits. And for those of you who are watching for the very first time, make sure you follow me or visit my website at KarenWhooley.com. Everything there is to know about Karen Whooley is there. My patterns, my books, my classes, everything. And while you're there, make sure you subscribe to my newsletter. Every newsletter subscriber gets 25% off all new releases. And I won't be releasing any new patterns till January. So you'll get, if you subscribe now, you'll be ready for the first pattern coming in January. I did release one yesterday, but it was only current newsletter subscribers. So I apologize for those of you who haven't subscribed yet on that one. Make sure if you want to subscribe right off the bat, you can go to this link and you'll automatically be subscribed. So make sure you check that out. Also, if you're not watching this on YouTube, you can check out my YouTube channel. This is the link directly to my YouTube channel. I go live every Wednesday. I am going to be working on some new video. I have a whole list, and I'm planning to start that as soon as I finish some other projects. So be sure to start watching for those. They'll also be on my website, of course. And if you are watching on YouTube, the other place you might want to check is my Rumble channel. Rumble is another video streaming platform, and currently I am not live streaming there. I'm hoping to sometime in 2022. So make sure you check that out. My Rumble channel is growing. In fact, I'm thinking about setting up separate channels for different things. So like right now, everything's under Karen Whooley Designs, but I might rename that to Karen Whooley Designs live streams and then move all my how-tos into another channel and move anything else that I decide to do into another channel. So check out this one because right now everything is there, but I'm trying to find a way to organize my Rumble channel. So check that out. And the best way to follow me right now is on Instagram at Karen Whooley. I've tried to get pretty active there as much as possible. So make sure you check that out as well. So I'm going to head over to the chat room and see who's here. I see you guys are already chatting. I have a new video set up, right now. I'm using the same devices, but I'm rearranging my desk because of the videos that I want to start doing. I need to have my old laptop set up for the software. So things are in weird spots right now. So if I look like I'm not looking at the camera, when I look at the screen, I look like I'm at an angle, and I apologize for that. So just so you know, let's see. Linda's here with Daisy May, and she's napping under the pillow, under the throw pillows. She rearranged them on the sofa. Cats love to do that, don't they? My cats do that. They rearrange everything. And Stephanie's here. Good morning, Stephanie. And Linda's saying good morning to everybody. And oh, yes, and I forgot to mention this. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button if you're on YouTube watching this live right now or after the fact. The more people who press the thumbs up when they're watching these videos, the more I get put into the algorithm. So these videos are seen so we can grow Team Whooleygan. So make sure you do that. I forgot to mention that. So make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Okay, and Renee's here. Good morning, Renee. It's good to see you. Dawn, you're here. Good morning. It's good to see you. How are you feeling? I'm assuming you've recovered from your little bout with COVID. So hopefully you're doing okay. It's been a while. So good to see you. Okay, so this morning, as you guys know, last week I had my last treatment and it was a doozy. I'm still feeling kind of out of it. My brain fog is still a real thing. Those of you who are testing patterns for me know right now that I lose things in the conversation. So bear with me on some stuff. So I just want to let you know that last treatment is good until January. January 21st, I go back in for the next check. But I wanted to put this out there because this is not just for me. This is for everyone who has bladder cancer or is fighting bladder cancer like I am. I was told at my last appointment that there is a shortage of the BCG treatments that I get. In fact, there are many people who have been newly diagnosed with bladder cancer who can't even start the treatments because there's not enough out there. So I'm asking everybody, if you're inclined, to pray that they figure this out, because I still have 2 more rounds of treatment. And I don't know what will happen if they don't have enough in January when I go for my next appointment. I was lucky to be able to get my last one because I was already in the middle of a treatment when this shortage happened. So please, I'm asking you all to pray for that. I hope that everybody is doing well. I'm going to go right into my projects. Last week, I alluded to the fact that I had nothing to show you on my hook because I was waiting on some yarn, and I did get it actually that day. I just saw Renee pop in really quick. I have no idea. It was just mentioned in passing, and I could not ask a lot of questions. So I figure I'm just going to wait until I talk to the doctor in January if she says that there's still something going on with that. So, and Linda says she'll rattle the beads. Thank you. I appreciate it. I've already been doing that. So that would be wonderful. And yay, Dawn, I'm glad you're feeling good. That's great. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, back to my yarn. So I mentioned I had some yarn coming for a couple projects. I got the first one right after my live, literally. I mean, my mail arrived maybe within like 30 minutes after I finished the live. So the first one is from, I'm going to show you, I'm going to put the banner up for it too, is from Nanette Wake Studio. And I'm going to show you her tags first because I have the tags out. This is her fingering weight. It's 85 superwash merino, 15% nylon, and it's a 437 yards per skein. I got 2 skeins. The first skein is almost gone already. This was a swatch I was doing for something else, but this is her copper penny colorway. Oh my gosh. I have to tell you, for being 15% nylon, I have never seen such a squishy, soft fingering weight. I can't tell you how soft this is. It's crazy. I love it. To be honest with you, I really love it. So just so you guys know, this is copper penny. And then the other color I got is called Maron, M-A-R-O-N. They go together. I don't know if you can tell. The piece of this is going on the blocking board today. I've got part of it done. It's hard to tell. I've got texture in there. That's why it's got to go into the blocking board. There's some texture in there. This is the copper penny. I need to block it to size so I can add this color. If I don't block this piece before adding this for the way I'm going to construct this, it's going to cause things to tighten up. And when I block the whole thing, I won't block to the size it needs to be. So just a little tip. This is a pattern I'll be coming out next year. It's actually part of the pattern club. So I will definitely be showing you video on how this is constructed. So I'm really excited to show you. Now the other one came Monday. Can't remember if it was Monday. It came Monday because I wound it yesterday. Yes. The second one is also from Chaos Fiber Arts. I don't have her link up. I have the link for her kit, and I should remind you. I forgot to do this earlier. That she still has, as of yesterday. I don't know if that's changed since yesterday afternoon, but as of yesterday afternoon, she still had 5 kits left. They may be gone, but the time to make the donuts holiday yarn kits are still available until they're gone. So make sure you check that out. But it's the same dyer, Chaos Fiber Yarns. And the yarns I got, I'm going to try to, all right. So the one I'm working on right now, this is it. It's going to have 3 colors. Because I'm blocking the other one, I decided to start this yesterday. This is avocado. This is candied apple. And this is a mini skein of golden. And they're all going to be put together in one project. I'm doing them in pieces. This is another interesting construction that I'm going to be doing for the Pattern Club. So make sure you check that out. But this is the 2 large skeins are her fingering weight. Her I think it's just fingering weight. She calls it, just like Nanette does. 75% merino wool, 25% nylon. And for 25% nylon, usually that isn't soft. This is super soft, guys, for 25% nylon. It's 420 yards for 100 grams. And it's a little thicker. Well, actually, no. I guess it's about the same as Nanette's, is the same thickness. But then her minis are a little bit different. Her minis are 100% superwash merino, and they're 85 yards for 20 grams. Now, this is the size of the minis that are in the holiday yarn kit, the Time to Make the Donuts kit. So make sure you check that out. These you're going to get 12 of these, or 13, 12 of these plus a large skein. So and it's the same thing. These are 100% merino, superwash merino. So check that out. So that's what I'm working on. And also, again, I'm just going to say one more time, make sure if you're interested in it, check out the Time to Make the Donuts holiday yarn kit, because they're going. Okay, so the other thing I want to talk about is really quick is I still have a few items for the sample sale. And I see you guys are commenting, but I want to get through this part for really fast. And then I'll go to the comments and answer questions. I still have, I think, 6 items. I have 2 pairs of socks. So if you're interested in socks, I have these 2 pairs. I have 1 cowl left, which is the original sample for Summer Flowers. I have the Xanthopia shawl. This is the only shawl I have left. This is a great shawl made with Cascade Heritage sock yarn. And it's got some ripples and it's really cool, and it moves really great when it's on. And I have 1 scarf left, which is lacy, and this is made in DK from Collage Yarns. And then this is the Rock Around the Clock child's vest. It should fit about a 2T, I believe. I think it's a 24-inch chest. And it comes with a hat. And the hat is for like a little stuffed animal. It's a little newsboy hat with buttons. So if you're interested in that, those are all that I have left. So thank you guys who have ordered for my sample sale. I really appreciate it. I'm going to keep whatever's left on sale until the end of the month. I would, if there's anything left when I do my yearly holiday sale at the end after Thanksgiving, I will leave them up through that. But if they're all gone by then the sample sale will be done. So just want to let you guys know that that's what's left. So I've got some comments here. Here we go. Linda says she loves the autumn colors. Me too. That's the whole theme for this particular project, is an autumn feel. Kelly, good morning. Good morning. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here and you were able to pop in. And you are really awaiting your kit from Chaos. Yes, I know she's going to be shipping them soon. I don't know exactly the date, but I do know she did say they are shipping soon. And Stephanie's waiting for hers too. Yay, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you guys are excited about them. And Brathwan, oh, good. Oh, so they all arrived. Okay, I have tracking on them, but I can't keep track of everything. So I don't know when people are getting stuff. So I'm glad they arrived. I was really worried because the post office has increased their times, and I know this is the time of year where people start ordering for Christmas and stuff like that. And I know that slows things down a little bit too, which is totally normal. But I was worried that some of these would be lost or, for a while, just bouncing around, because I've had some things that I've ordered that are not yarn related. That, I mean, I had my calendar, my planner for next year. I ordered it in October and I still haven't received it. It's still sitting in Seattle for some reason, and I don't know why. So I was worried. So I'm glad you got your samples. So yay. Okay. So other than that, like I said, my brain fog is really, really weird. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I don't have a whole lot to talk about this week, other than, that I've been working on these projects. Oh, I know what I do want to show you though. I'm going to be doing a video. This is going to be after I finish these last two projects that I've got that I just showed you. So this is Ella Rae's Silky Kid Merino. It's mohair. I'm sorry, Super Kid mohair and silk. And this is Ella Rae's Synchronicity, which is a sequins component yarn. I don't know if you guys can see that, and they kind of are colors that go together. I'm going to be doing a video with these. I'm hoping not next week, but maybe the week of Thanksgiving, that I will be able to actually film it. And I want to get it up before the 1st of December, because it's a really fun and easy project that you can do for quick Christmas gifts or holiday gifts or birthday gifts or Valentine's gifts or any kind of gifts. I'm doing it for the holidays because I really love that sequence. I don't know. Do you guys like sequence? I'm kind of a bling girl. I love beads. I love sequence. I don't design with a lot of beads and a lot of sequence because I like to make the pattern stand on its own and let you embellish it the way you want to. There are, in the future, I do plan to make a few projects with beads in it. I have a couple ideas for some one skein projects that add beads. So if you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, let me know. And I'll see if I can start designing more with those. I do them for my personal projects, but not always for design work. So the sequence is fun because it's literally the yarn with the sequence sewn into it. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm going to try to get it close to the camera. But see how the sequence is right in the strand there? So you don't have to do anything special with this. This is a really fun yarn. But this is a pattern I designed, gosh, probably 2004 was when I taught it live for the first time. So I probably designed it in 2003. So yes, okay. So that's a long time. So it's been almost 20 years since I designed this pattern. And since, mohair is, the original pattern was done with an eyelash yarn. You guys remember like Fun Fur and all that. It was actually designed with a yarn from Trendsetter Yarns and their component. And I think they still have the component sequence yarn, but they no longer have their eyelash yarn that I used for it. It was called Aura. But I'm going to use, I think this will be really cool. And the really cool thing is it's a fast project because you're using this big old hook with it. Mohair, as you guys, if you've ever worked with mohair, you know that working with a normal size hook or even a tinier hook than normal, mohair is a pain in the butt. But you use a big hook, it makes things open up so much better. So there you go. Let's see. Blinda says beads. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad you like beads. Okay. I watched your excellent videos on beginning stitches, chain, single crochet, and double crochet, and shared with a friend who's learning crochet. Great resource. Awesome, Renee. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. I'm actually going to be taking those videos and launching them into a free crochet class. That's something I'm going to start in January. Actually start filming in January. So I just wanted to let you guys know that that's going to be coming. And the other thing too is I'm going to ask, since you mentioned sharing, make sure if you have beginning crocheters or even advanced crocheters, you belong to a guild, you go to a shop, just, tell people about this live stream, tell them about my website, tell them about my patterns. I mean, the biggest thing for me right now, like I told you, I have a love-hate relationship with Facebook. I deleted my Facebook account, but I had to reactivate it. It's kind of crazy. Instagram, or the powers at B at Facebook, or not Facebook anymore. They're Meta now. As a techie person who grew up in the industry, I have lots of things that I could say about the people behind Facebook. But anyway, they will not allow me to auto post to Instagram without having a business account on Facebook. But when I reactivated my account, they deleted my business page. So if you go to Facebook and you search for me, you're going to find a business page there. But all that's going to be there is my logo. And the only reason why it's there is because I want to be able to auto post to Instagram. But the thing is that the more and more I read about what's happening with big tech, what's going through Congress right now, everything, people, all the whistleblowers and all that stuff. I mean, I'm researching. I mean, I'm making my own decision. I'm not listening to all of the media. But I am a technology person. I have a degree in this stuff. So, the more and more I want, the more and more I read and the more and more I learn about what's going on, and and be able to put all the puzzle pieces together, the more I'd like to get rid of all of my social media and just keep my website and maybe Instagram, not Instagram, YouTube and Rumble, and just do videos that way. So what that means is that my newsletter is going to have to do the heavy lifting at some point, and so is my customers are going to have to. Word of mouth is the biggest thing, and it's not just me. I mean, that's all designers out there. Word of mouth is huge for us. So if you share like Renee did with her friend those beginning stitches, that's awesome. I really, really, really would appreciate anytime you talk to a crocheter that if it comes up, I mean, don't just be my walking billboard, but if it comes up that they're looking for something, have them check me out. I mean, you guys are my core people. So I'm really excited to have you around, and to tell you guys that. So, the other thing, you know what? Let me just see here. Linda just popped something up. I never had a Facebook account. Wouldn't necessarily use my sister's account. She uses C, so she does mine. That's a good way to do it. I don't go on Facebook. What I did was when I reactivated my account, I deleted all of my subscriber or all my people I was following or friends with, except for me, my family. And a couple of really close friends that, my best friend who we've been friends since 7th grade, that kind of thing. So I'm down. I went from like over 400 people that I was friends with, from designers to high school friends and college friends, down to 43 people. So I just dropped my project. Hang on here, guys. Okay, there we go. So I don't go on there. I mean, I posted one thing since I reactivated it, just to let people know that I was back and that I won't be on very often. So, but it's allowing me to post, because the hardest thing about social media, and you guys probably know this too, is that you have to, if you don't have software that allows you to auto post things like I do, I use a software called Publer. And it will auto post things for me. It automatically puts my Karen Whooley Designs logo at the bottom of all of the pages, all the pictures. The only time I ever have to post live is if I want to do multiple pictures. It doesn't do that for me yet, but they're working on that. But I pre-schedule everything that I can. I mean, I have my social media scheduled for my patterns that are being released in October and November next year. So all of the 6 patterns that are not part of the Pattern Club, all of their social media has already been scheduled. So I don't have to think about it So, that's important to me because I need the time to be able to design, to do videos, and I'm learning that right now. So, yeah, I have lots of words for social media right now. I was one of the first people on board with MySpace way back in the day, and I was probably one of the first people to offboard MySpace back in the day. And the only reason why I joined Facebook is because you guys know, I'm a big Bon Jovi fan. In our fan club, we had forums for the fan club, and there was a group of us who loved to just the I think it was like 12 of us that just like to chat from all over the country, but it was an open forum, so people would just interject and say rude things to us. So we created a group on Facebook, and that's the only reason why I joined Facebook back when I did. This was back in the maybe Facebook was open to everybody else other than colleges, 2009, something like that. So um yeah, I'm so done with them right now. It's not even funny. I'm so sorry for getting on that soapbox, but I just have a real pet peeve right now with big tech all the way across the board. Even Google right now is really ticking me off, but that's okay. Let's see. Kelly says, I have a Facebook account simply for the groups I am in, and local city and school announcements don't post. Actually, that's what I'm doing right now too, is there are a couple business organizations that I belong to that have Facebook groups and that I'm a part of. And I do post there, I ask questions there, that kind of thing. And when I just deactivated my account, I really missed those because I had no one to talk to. So that is the one good thing. And I'm hoping that sometime in the future, when all this stuff going through Congress and whistleblowing and stuff, and they figure out what they're going to do to fix big tech, that there'll be other ways for me to be active in those groups. So yeah, I agree with that. I have Facebook primarily keep up with grandkids. Yeah. And that's the other thing too. That's why I left only family and the couple close friends, because I live 900 plus miles from my family for the most part. I mean, I have a sister-in-law here. That's just like 4 miles that way, and a niece and nephew that are like 3 miles that way, but everybody else is a long distance. My son is 4 or 5 hours away. My daughter's 2.5 hours away. So, yeah, that's me too. That's why I have Facebook. But you know what? When I first was diagnosed with cancer, I told my big sister from my sorority that that I was diagnosed, and she put together, I can't even tell you. I had letters coming from sorority sisters that I haven't seen since I graduated from college in 1990, telling me, best wishes. And you know what? I so enjoyed getting those physical letters that I've decided that all of them are going on my Christmas list this year, and I am going to write them all special notes. There's something about getting that physical letter that's so much better than a text or an email, or you know what I mean? Or the art of phone calling, right? Kelly, that is so awesome. My kids don't understand that. We text everything because to be fair to my son, he's a school teacher. So it's easier for him to pick up the text and shoot off something in between classes if he has to tell us something, or ask a question that he needs an answer for so he can make a phone call, that, for a doctor or whatever. That's totally fair. But neither of my kids like to speak on the phone. And my daughter just got a job where they assign her a telephone, a portable phone that she has to keep tabs of for the 8 hours that she's working. And she's learning to use the phone. So yeah. It's crazy how the things that we grew up with, and I don't feel like I am that old, but the telephone, I mean, cell phones are great because I can, if I need to make a call, like my car breaks down or something, I can do it in my car, rather than when I was in college and I broke down halfway home from college. I had to wait for a police officer to come get me and bring me to a phone to go and call my dad, though that's great. But it has also it made our lives really interesting, isn't it? Kelly said, my daughter's friends text her when they are at our house to pick her up rather than, yes, right. My daughter's friends were doing that too, or at least one of them was. But yeah, it's just rude. And my kids know that that's rude. And they would never do that when they would go to the door and knock to pick up their friends. But I just think that's, at least as far as I know, that's what they told me. I was never at their friend's house, but they both felt that was rude. So I just don't understand that. And parents, I don't know. I have thoughts about that too. So anyway, it is so weird how things change. Yeah, I mean, I used to get on my bike and ride my bike to my best friend's house, who was maybe a mile and a half away, and go to her house and we'd hang out, and then she'd jump on her bike and we'd come back to my house. So it was, that was how we did things. We had friends up the street that I would get on the phone and see if they were available to play. And if they were, their mom stood at the top of the street. My mom stood at our driveway, and they would walk down to our house and mom watching. I mean, it's so different now. Yeah. Anyway, let's get off that soapbox. Another thing I am looking into is possibly reactivating my Pinterest boards because I deactivated my Pinterest a few weeks ago because I wasn't using it. The only thing I was using it for was when I was looking for a recipe and I couldn't remember the name of it. I'd go in there and pull it up. But that was the only thing I used Pinterest for. But a lot of people are really getting into Pinterest as far as wanting to find products and stuff like that. So that's something I'm looking into, reactivating it. And I mean, if I'll probably start from scratch with brand new boards. The thing I want to use it for, though, is that I'm going to be doing a lot of blog posting next year. Those of you who subscribe to my blog and were here last week, I think, too. I mentioned it. I have reconfigured all of my blogs, and I have reconfigured all of the notifications for my blog. I don't have a subscribe to my blog form yet. I'm still working on that because I'm trying to figure out how to embed it into every blog post so that people can just subscribe from whatever post they're reading. And I'm still trying to figure all of that out. So, but I do want to be able to utilize Pinterest to advertise my blog posts because I'm going to be doing a lot of education next year. Education is probably my favorite part of being a crochet designer or what I do. I mean, I love to teach. I'm not going to be able to teach live for a while. So I'm going to be doing more online classes. In fact, I'm working on, as soon as this is done, I got to start my sweater that I showed you the yarn for a few weeks ago. And I also need to start the new sample for our crochet along that's going to start in mid-January. I'm thinking it's going to start around the 15th or I'm looking at my calendar here. 15th is Saturday. So probably the week after the 15th. I just want to be able to get my house under control after the holidays, between Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then I think you guys know I am a New Year's baby. So New Year's is a big deal around here. So I don't usually take down my tree and my decorations until after actually the 6th, which is the Epiphany. If you're Catholic, you know that's a big celebration for those of us who are Catholic. So I don't take the tree down until then, or until after that. So that's how busy it's going to be that first couple weeks in January. So that's why I'm thinking that probably the week of the 16th through the 22nd. I'll let you guys know when it's going to happen. So there you go. Let's see. Linda says, I don't have any social media accounts except YouTube for crocheting and knitting, and my sister's Facebook and IG. Yeah, big tech it's not so much that, I don't know, frightening. It's more of they are they are harvesting too much information. It's like Big Brother. It's like 1984. George Orwell's 1984 is what bothers me. So that's the big thing for me with big tech. Let's see, Brassman. Is the Rush Hour Yarn Project going to be? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I'm not telling you when, but yes, it is. Very invasive. That's the other thing. I don't like Googling something and then seeing ads for things that I looked for 3 days ago. So, there's that too. That's why you'll never see ads on my website. I will use affiliate links from time to time, but I will never, ever, 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 ever do ads. So I just don't. In fact, I don't even use Google Analytics for my website. I actually pay for a software called Fathom Analytics, and it is able to track who's on my site and give me all the statistics of what's popular and what's not, and where the refers are, or if it came from a newsletter, that kind of thing. But it doesn't. I have no idea who you are, what your IP address is. I have, I will never get if you're male, female. I don't care. I just want to know what pages are popular on my website, and I'm willing to pay for that. So, so that's what I do. Linda says she uses DuckDuckGo. They don't keep any info. I've tried using DuckDuckGo. I can't. It doesn't give you everything that Google does. So, and I am so embedded into Chrome and into Gmail. I have Google Workspaces. And my business is basically run on Google. So I can't really get rid of Google, but I don't have to use their analytics. I don't have to use their ad platform. I don't have to use all that stuff. So, and DuckDuckGo, it's good. I mean, and I love the fact that it doesn't keep your info, but it doesn't give you all of the results that Google will. So, and I've tested them side by side. So, again, geek. So, I'm trying to think. There's something else I wanted to tell you guys about, and I didn't write my list this week, guys. I'm sorry. See, we talked about. Okay, so the Pattern Club is going to go live on December 1st. That's what it was. And Marianne's not here, so I can't. So she's not probably going to hear this after the fact. But I have made the decision to not print printed patterns for the Pattern Club. The reason being the cost, because of the U.S. Postal Service prices for shipping, just a pattern to you guys has gone up to almost $5. There's a couple of print pattern people that that I can't believe the cost to print just a 1 ounce pattern in a half ounce envelope. It cost me $4.56 or something like that. So yeah, it's not happening for the Pattern Club. It's just the costs are just too great for that. So what's going to happen is on December 1st, you'll get an email from me saying you can register. And when you register, because I'm taking registrations early, the first pattern won't drop till January 1st. You won't be charged until the last day of December. And I've done that on purpose because this way people in January, if they want to start subscribing February, they won't get charged and activated until February 1st. And you're going to have 3 options. In the month of December, you're going to have the option for yearly, and then that's going to go away. And then you'll only have 2 other options, and that will be 3 months at a time or monthly. And the pricing is still kind of I'm still trying to kind of figure it all out because it's going to involve a lot of time of me, and I don't want to be overcharged, but I don't want to. Good question. I don't use media mail for a lot of reasons. Media mail has way too many restrictions on things. Like I like to put little goodies in my stuff. You guys probably, those of you who ordered stuff from me have probably seen these little goodie bags I stick in there. I'm not allowed to with media mail. I can't put a packing slip in with media mail. It is only books and only pattern and nothing else. I can't put anything else. Even a business card can, I mean, when I was working for my local yarn shop, a business card caused something to be returned to our yarn shop that we were shipping to a customer. Media mail. We were shipping a book with a business card in it. So I don't use media mail at all. So that's the reason. But a 2 ounce, even with that, it's usually about 2 ounces. With one pattern in that packet is about 2 ounces with the envelope, and it's still almost $5. So yeah. So I don't have very many goodie bags left, so I have to come up with some things to do with those to put goodie bags for people who buy physical products. But so going forward from January 1st on, any new patterns I create and produce, unless I already have, because like the January pattern, the July pattern, the November pattern, and I think the September pattern all have printed patterns. So those options will be available for those patterns. But once all my printed patterns are gone, they're gone. I'm not going to be, it's just, I'm not selling enough of them, first of all. And it's just the cost of shipping them is crazy right now. I mean, if things go down in price, again, maybe I'll think about it. But right now, I can't. I can't do that to my customers. It's really hard for me. And I know that there's people out there who really want the print patterns. And I know, Marianne, if you're watching this after the fact, I know you're one of them. And you consistently buy my print patterns, but I just can't do it. The cost of the Pattern Club alone goes up by almost $50 just for a year. For the whole year. So, and it raises the price. I have to round it up to $5 because if I am shipping out of the country, I need to add a few extra dollars there too. So everybody would be charged an extra $5 to cover that. And I can't do that to you guys. So, yeah, that's true. There's a couple people that follow me that I'm willing to work with on certain things because all they have is a cell phone and they don't have a computer or a tablet to work with. So if those cases, I will work with you. So Marianne, if you're hearing me, just, if you want it in print and I don't have it in print, just talk to me and we'll figure it out. Okay. So, because I will go the extra mile for those people who really absolutely can't do a digital pattern for one reason or another. So, but yeah, printing at the library is the big thing that I always tell people. In fact, I may even start putting that at the bottom of my receipts. The other thing you might have noticed if you've ordered a pattern from me recently is I'm no longer using BookFunnel for my patterns. If you buy a pattern, you can download it right from my site. That's saving me a little money too. And it's allowing me to allow you to keep the patterns in your, how do I want to put it? In your library on my website so that you can download it if you lose it or something like that. So I'm going through all those right now because they were set up for BookFunnel to only allow twice because BookFunnel required that. And I have to go through every single pattern and update that. So, but the cool thing about the digital subscription, whether you do yearly, monthly, or quarterly, doesn't matter which way you do it, is that the subscription program I'm using allows me to update your account to add every pattern. So, so in January, you'll get some sort of a notification saying, go download the January's pattern. And then in February, I'll add it to the system and February's. So that'll happen. Customer account library. Okay, let me go to my website and show you what I'm talking about. Hang on a second here. I have to bring it up on my screen first. So give me a sec. Ha. Okay, go back to StreamYard. I am going to share. Actually, let me. Hang on. I got a bigger monitor. My husband got me a bigger monitor, and it's been awesome. What did I do? Okay. So that's, oh no, that's right. Okay, so that should be there. And this one needs to be there. Okay. Okay, so let me share my screen now. I'm going to share a Chrome tab. Okay. This way I can see what you see, kind of. Okay, so at the bottom of the screen under Help, you'll see My Account. And this is going to be rearranged once the Pattern Club gets loaded because I'm adding some features. So it may change. It'll still be in a place where you'll see it, but it'll always be named My Account. So you're going to click on My Account. And when you click on My Account, you'll have this section that says Downloads. And when you click on that, it shows you, these are patterns I was testing. So it shows you all the patterns that you bought and how many downloads you had left. See, these two I have not updated yet. So the downloads remaining are showing numbers. They should say infinity or something like that. So, and then here is where you click to be able to download your pattern again. So that is why one of the reasons why I'm going away from BookFunnel is to allow you to have this little section. And this will be true for all of your downloads going forward. So I'm hoping to get those done before my post-Thanksgiving holiday sale thing that I'm doing, so that if you order any patterns at that time. Now, if you have ordered a pattern from me in the past, I'm going to close that window. I'm going to go back to just me. If you have ordered any patterns from me in the past on my Shopify or previous WordPress or something, if you still have the receipts, or you can say, hey, Karen, I ordered this from you, back, when you released it or whatever, can you add it to my library? I can do that now. What I will, because I know there are going to be people who take advantage of that, and I know that's not you guys, but I will be checking my accounting records to see if you actually did purchase it, because I can do that. And then I will put it in your account. Now, there's been so many orders over the years, I can't do that for everybody off the bat because it's a manual thing. But if there are some patterns that you would like me to do that for, just let me know. Most people try to keep a digital library on their computer like I do. So we don't have to worry about that, but I do want to be able to give you the option to be able to do that. Okay, so I think I've covered all of the details that I wanted to talk about. I told you about the Pattern Club. If you got my newsletter, I can announce now that the name or the theme of this New Year's Pattern Club is Shawls on the Side. And every single shawl is made side to side somehow. Whether it's all inclusive or making a piece and then adding a piece, like making from tip to tip and then adding an edging. That's one way some of them are made. Some of them are made in my Utsalati point, where you're doing the whole shawl all at once, edging and everything, so that when you're done, all you have to do is weave in ends and block. There's a couple that are a little bit more modular. Not modular, I wouldn't say modular. I would say, like this green and red and gold one is going to have a construction that I have never done before. I don't think anybody else has done it before, but I did it on a little swatch and it worked. So I am going to do it in a big shawl to see, because it's going to add an interesting element to the finished edge at the bottom. So stuff like that. So But Shawls on Side is always going to be made from side to side in some way, shape, or manner. And I'm starting off with the way I've decided to do it is I start with the easiest pattern first, and we kind of build. And then in between, there might be a couple of easier ones versus harder one the next month, that kind of thing. But the first three are pretty simple. They build on each other, and then they change. So I'm excited. And again, like I said, you do get a significant discount if you register for the entire year up front. You're going to have a Zoom call for sure every month. And it'll probably be, me teaching something or just answering questions if there's nothing really, really tricky about that. Like the first three don't really have anything super tricky, but I will have partial shawls done that I can show different things if I get asked those kinds of questions. The second thing you'll get is I will have weekly office hours on Wednesdays, and I will actually have a calendar software that you can sign up to have a one-on-one 30-minute office hours on Wednesday. I can do, I think, 3 every Wednesday. It'll be after these lives, obviously, in the afternoon. My afternoon. It'll be, I think it's from like 1 to 4. You can pick a slot. I'm going to limit office hours to 1 per person per month because I want everybody to have an option to ask me a question. Now, if you have no questions, you don't need to use them, but I want to have those there for you. Then the other thing is I am working on trying to get video, at least for the first month and the second month of interviews with the dyers. Now, one of the dyers is not answering me back, and I need to send the second dyer an email about it and copies of her patterns because she is the dyer for February and March, and I want to try to get an interview with her, just one interview for both months. So I'm going to be doing that this week as well. But so I'm trying that the dyer for January is not getting back to me on it. So hopefully I am going to ping her again this week and see what we can do. Other than that, we will have a forum on my website where you can, and it's only going to be for those people who are registered for that month. So if you're yearly, you'll have access to the entire forum for the entire year. But if you're doing month to month, you'll only get access to that month's. You might get to see the previous months, but you won't be able to download the patterns or participate in some of the stuff that goes on in there because I'm going to have special codes in there for the month-to-month people, unless you paid for the previous month. Okay. So, and then the quarterly people will get their 3 months. And if they renew, then they get their next 3 months and the next 3 months. And what I'm allowing for the 3-month people is to download or is to subscribe at any point during the crochet along up through September. And then in September, this is the last time they'll be able to register for 3 months because it ends in December. So they'll get, if they subscribe in September, they'll get October, November, December, and then we're done. And I'm still trying to contemplate exactly what I'm going to do for 2023. So because I have some other things that are happening, I might incorporate the Pattern Club into this new thing that I'm going to be doing. So we'll talk about that. Okay, so Linda's asking, I forgot to ask, on the samples that I bought, are washing instructions the same? I used Whooleygan soap to blot out the moisture. Yes. Everything's like that. And you should be, if you're wondering about the dimensions, all the dimensions are on my website on the pattern page. So you'll see the fiber content there as well. So make sure just, if you want to be able to block them to the dimensions that they're supposed to be, just use the, always go to my pattern page to get the information about that particular sample. I don't think I sold anything that had silk in it, or bamboo in it. I don't think so. Yeah, everything was pretty much wool or acrylic, one of the two. So, or acrylic wool blends. So they would be a full. You could steam them as well, or you could put them in the delicate cycle. Most of the things I sold could go on in the delicate cycle in the washer, but I'd still pin them out and dry them. I would not throw them in the dryer. You're welcome. You're welcome, Linda. Anybody else have a question for me? I've still got about 5 minutes or so. I mean, I talked a lot today. So anybody else have a question for me? I didn't realize I had so much to say. I thought with going into this that I had nothing to say, but how many of you use Pinterest? Any of you guys use Pinterest? I know. Kelly said it's her recipe file too. That's and I could do kind of miss that. So I actually did activate an account just so I could look things up. I haven't started any boards or changed it into a business account or anything yet. But as soon as I do, I will let people know. You like it? Okay, Renee, that's good to know. That's good to know. That you do. I like it. It's just that I can get so sucked in. So I'm thinking as if I create it as a business board and use it mainly for my website and things that are pertain to my customers and followers in the crochet realm, or even in the knitting and spinning realm. I might not get so sucked in, but that's just wishful thinking, maybe. Linda doesn't have a Pinterest account. Pinterest is fun, Linda. I mean, you will get sucked in, but it's fun. And Renee likes it. And Stephanie says very seldom does she use it. And Dawn has one. You like it, Dawn? You do like it? Or I do like it for recipes, and I'll probably have a private board for recipes and find some of my old recipes that I really liked. I printed a lot of them out, so I don't have to worry about that. It's so funny. In this new house, we have a walk-in pantry. It's a small one, but there's enough space in there that I have a corner of a shelf that I have all my recipe books, because over the years, my parents, my cousins and stuff have given me, especially the Italian recipe books. And then I have this file folder that is full of printed patterns from the internet. And I think I have more recipes in that than I do in my cookbooks. So kind of funny. I have my mom's recipes that she sent me over the years, that were my nonnas and stuff like that. But yeah, it's kind of funny. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and do my closing remarks, and then I'll come back. If you guys have any questions, I do have a little bit of time today. So if you have anything else you want to ask me about, go ahead and do it in the chat room, and I will come back and answer them. But for those of you who came in late or are watching to the end, thank you. I appreciate the time that you've taken with me and all of my crazy thoughts about big tech and all my crochet thoughts and everything else. So make sure you check out my website at KarenHooley.com. Everything about Karen Whooley Designs is there. Patterns, books, classes, new stuff, everything will be there. And as you're there, make sure you subscribe to my newsletter. Here's a direct link to my newsletter subscription form. If you subscribe to my newsletter, you will get 25% off all new release patterns, discounts on books, classes, and be the first to know about anything new, like my pattern club. When I release the pattern club, my newsletter will get the information first, and then I'll talk about it here on Instagram, or not Instagram, YouTube. Sorry, guys. Or on my video. If you are not watching on YouTube, if you're watching on my blog or on Rumble, you can check out my YouTube channel. This is the link to it. I go live every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific. And if you're not watching on Rumble, I always upload these videos to Rumble after the fact. So make sure you check out my Rumble channel. It's growing by leaps and bounds, and I'm trying to figure out how to use it to better serve all of you. So make sure you check out my Rumble channel. And also, the best place to follow me right now is at Karen Whooley on Instagram. So go ahead and check that out as well and follow me there. And make sure whenever you're watching these videos, please hit the thumbs up so that I get more traction in the algorithms that show videos to people. So I'm going to go back to the comments right now. You guys are got a little chatty here. So, okay. So Kelly says, I do have a yarn crafting board techniques, pattern ideas. Yeah, that's what I want to do is I want to create different boards for different yarn crafting things, whether it's, like lace or shawls or, Tunisian or, whatever it is, things that are interesting to me that I think that you guys will find interesting as well. Linda says, I hope you're feeling better after your treatments. I am feeling better. I'm still really tired. I'm still really tired. The brain fog seems to lift by about Thursday morning before I have my my next treatment. So I'm kind of hoping that by the end of the week, my brain fog will clear because I'm not getting a treatment tomorrow. Yes. So, but yeah, but the brain fog, it's so not so much that I'm forgetting things. It's that it's like everything's confused in my head. And when I read things, they're not connecting right. So as soon as that clears, I'm good. It's just in the meantime. Renee says, I have crochet related boards and other crafts like macrame braiding. Yes, and those are other crafts too, because I love macrame. I used to do macrame as a kid. I love weaving. I used to have a little loom. I wish my mom still had it. I don't know where it went, but I had a little loom that I could weave on that my grandmother gave me. I love embroidery and needlepoint. I did all those when I was growing up. I don't do them now, but I did. But I really would like to have boards for that stuff. Just even if it inspires my crochet and my knitting, that's what I like. Linda says she's excited about the Pattern Club. I'm so excited that you are excited. I've had a lot of good response from people about the Pattern Club. So I know that shawls aren't everybody's cup of tea, but oh, and then for those of you who are here, I should mention this too. For those of you who are here who are testing Pattern Club patterns, you will get those patterns for free, but the ones you didn't test, you won't be getting for free. So you can pick and choose what month you want if you want to be part of the Pattern Club. I am going to release the patterns to the public. I haven't decided when. Because you guys are going to get them right on January 1st. I'm not 100% sure that I'm not going to release them that same month for those people who just want the pattern with none of the perks of the Pattern Club. But the Pattern Club is going to be a little more expensive monthly than buying the pattern by itself because you get the Zoom calls and you get the video, hopefully with the dyers, and you get the office hours if you need them. So, and then I'm hoping to have little perks throughout the year with the dyers. In fact, that's one of the reasons why I really need to get on these first 2 dyers. Because there's a couple other things I'd like to do that I don't know if it's going to happen. So there you go. Oh, you do pin loom weaving. Yes, that's fun too. I don't have a pin loom, but I've seen videos and people doing it, and I think it's so cool. Okay, so I'm going to head off, guys. It's 10:03 my time, so I'm going to head off and say goodbye. I have a lot of work to get done today, so I'm going to get on that. But you guys have a great rest of your week. I will see you next week. It'll be the 17th, the week before Thanksgiving. And if you guys feel that you don't want to pop on Wednesday before Thanksgiving, let me know. I don't think my daughter's not coming off for Thanksgiving itself. She's coming over the weekend, and my son, I think, is coming that evening. So I really won't be super busy. So I can still do this live that day. But if you feel like you guys don't want to be here and I can just cancel that live, just let me know. But I'm going to have a lot of news about the Pattern Club probably, and the post Thanksgiving sale that day. So maybe I will go live, and even if you guys don't show up, I will still do it. So anyway, guys, I will see you next week. Hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.